welcome to another episode of Girl with Comic-Con Tattoo. This is part of our series in prepping your cosplay and doing your dress rehearsal. I've already done one on makeup, and you're going to see my tutorial on bruise makeup shortly, if it isn't up already. So this one we're going to be discussing doing your hair. And as I've already mentioned, my cosplay for this year's Comic-Con is going to be kind of a Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl mashup based on this fabulous piece of art, or I should say sculpture. So that's what I am doing. I'm not doing it 100%, so I'm doing kind of a Wonder Woman, a mashup type thing. So when trying to figure out what to do with my hair, there's one of two things that I'm going to do. If I'm feeling very ambitious, I'm going to do what I'm going to show you today. If not, I am going to pop in my hair extensions, and I'm probably going to do something that's closer to the Anna Pia hairstyle, which you're going to see here. So it just really depends on where I am on the day and how much sleep I got the night before, because to do hair, it kind of can take a long time, especially when you're doing makeup on top of that. And if I didn't get a lot of sleep or I'm really tired, I may just do the really easy hair, which is just throwing it up in a braid, essentially. Let's get started. The first thing is always kind of keep your hair dirty. Well, not keep it dirty, but have it be dirty. So hairspray adheres better to dirty hair. Same thing with dyes. I don't understand the science behind it, but apparently it works, and that's one of the things that I've learned. One of the things that I have is this ombre dry texture spray, which is supposed to give volume in addition. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use my blow dryer, and I'm going to use my Garnier hairspray. I don't particularly like getting big bottles of hairspray, but somebody gifted this to me, so this is what I'm using. If you keep your hair dirty and stuff, you should be using less hairspray because it'll adhere better. So I'm going to try and do this without using my blow dryer. And I have my curling brush here, which is slotted so that when I blow dry it, the air goes through. But I'm going to kind of do this, and I'm going to do my texture spray. That's pretty flat, so that's not working. Just kind of puffing it out with some hairspray. I suck at doing hair. I'm really good at makeup, not so much at the hair stuff. This is why we test our hairs. So we're going to try something else, which is kind of to rat it up a little to get it up. That's not really working either. Maybe I will just be doing the French braid. This may be a very short video if I can't get it to work. So yeah, that didn't go well. I don't do hair well. I'm not really a hair person. So we're not going to try and do the big poofy Diana from the 1970s, Linda Carter, You Have My Heart. Anyway, so we're going to be doing my alternate hairstyle because I want to be able to show you something, and I can't show you puffing my hair out or doing anything like that. This is my Wonder Woman tiara that my friend Mike made, and I just love it. It's so pretty. So I'm going to put this on first, and that is going to allow me to kind of do my hair around this. So I always kind of put it down. We're just going to do it about halfway across the head and just pull up some of my hair. And then I pull it back up, put it back down. And once you know it, just everything is fighting me today. There we go. Now, this isn't super tight. I think my elastic in the strap may be going. but you get the general idea. And this is another reason to test your cosplay before you do it, because I'm clearly going to need to do something with the elastic in this before con. So, but the first thing I'm going to do is the little pompadour that goes in the front. So I'm just going to separate out my hair on the front here. So anyway, I'll just separate that out. And I've got this bad boy. I have a smaller one someplace, but all I could find was this big one. And that basically just goes right here. And I just put hair kind of in front of it. And that gives that kind of pump. Now, I'm also going to do my texture spray here. Kind of gives a little bit more up to it. And then I just do the start of a French braid. Okay? And from here on in, I'm just going to be French braiding my hair as best I can. I think you can still see the pads, so I'm definitely going to have to find my smaller one. Again, these are all reasons that we test our cosplays before the convention so that we can find these little flaws. So typically, I do this with, I have some hair extensions that I would be putting in. It makes my hair really thick and full because we had the mishap with the other hair that wasn't going to work. I didn't have that stuff out and ready. So it will be stuff that I'll have to do another round 2. And I'm just enjoying the hell out of this being all up in my face. So yeah, that's going to be something. So, typically, I flat iron my hair if I'm going to be doing this, so it's nice and flat and not frizzy. But again, wasn't prepared for this to happen. I'm super enjoying how this is just, the elastic has just somehow managed to become completely shot since I wore this last. So, fun times. So, just a quick French braid there, and it doesn't look like anything fabulous, especially with my tiara down in my face. But when I do get everything good and going, it's gonna look really awesome. So for right now, I'm just gonna do a quick kind of cheat to get the tiara to stay. There we go. So like I said, I typically flat iron my hair so it's a little bit easier because I have really frizzy hair. I also have extensions that I typically put in. I'm not having a good hair day, man. You may have noticed throughout this video tutorial that I have discovered a lot of flaws with my costume. So in the course of shooting, I do not have time to go and fix those, but trust me when I say this weekend I will be fixing all of the little issues, such as the headband malfunction and figuring out my hair, and what you're going to see in a couple minutes when you see my outfit on me. So it's going to take some work, but this will give you an idea of some of the reasons you need please, to test your costume beforehand. I'm really lucky in the fact that if I do have a problem at the convention, I have an international cosplay corps member that comes to Comic-Con every year, Sergeant Swift Stitch, I love you. She goes around and she repairs costumes for free. It's really great. I'm going to link to her information below. So she's really awesome and she will repair everything for you, or to the best of her ability. She actually did help with this crown a couple of conventions ago. I was sweating pretty bad and I needed something right here, and she was able to help me out with that. So if my cosplay completely falls apart at Comic-Con, 1, you'll see it, and 2, she'll be there to help me, thankfully. So on to my cosplay. So welcome back. I have put on my costume, and so now we just need to go outside and test it a little bit. So this is my costume. In the masquerade, they always say it's not a shopping contest. And my response to that is yes, because if it was, I would win. I totally had my friend Mike, who also made this, make my braziers. And then my friend Kathy made the shirt for me. And I bought the jeans. Now, the jeans, I have star patches that I'm going to put, right in this area here so that I got the Wonder Woman thing going on. And I have, right now I'm just in my regular bare feet, but I would have my combat boots on, and I might possibly, as mentioned earlier, have a fractured ankle, so I may have my boot on as well. If I'm not doing a lot of walking or standing, I can go without my boot, which is why I'm not wearing it right now. So that's kind of my plan for my costume. The other important thing in testing your costume is to sort of walk around in it. Now, I am testing this out on the balcony of my apartment building because apparently walking around in full Gears of War battle armor is not, well, let's just say you can't do it because the neighbors will be afraid. Silly neighbors. Anyway, so I usually test inside my house or right out here where I'm not really freaking anybody out. And then I also test battle poses. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do, but probably something like that. I will probably do a rope pose provided I can find I bought cord and I can't find it because I'm really not an organized person sometimes. But I'll probably do a pose like that. I'm going to take a look at that statue that I posted earlier and kind of see her pose, which I believe is kind of like that, and I will probably do some posing like that in case anybody wants to take a picture of me. But it's always good when you test it out to kind of make sure that you can have the poses and the things that you want to be able to do. If you notice that something is breaking, like if I were going like this and the little Velcro straps that hold my braziers together were popping off, I would know that's something that I need to fix or get replaced or whatever before the convention. When we were doing my hair in the last video, you noticed that I had a problem with the tiara, so that's something I had to fix. So all the problems that you have seen me have over the last couple of videos are all things that are the reason that you do that test, is so that you can get that all ready, you can figure out what's wrong, and you can fix it. Or find a workaround or whatever. The only thing that you should really be fixing at the convention is something that was unforeseen. Such as everything was working fine last night and now, the braziers won't close. Or all of a sudden the eagle on my shirt pops off. Those are the only things you should really be fixing at Comic-Con. And if you are at a convention where you're lucky enough to have a free cosplay repair, they will definitely help you out. If not, I always bring a bag of safety pins just on the off chance that I'm going to need them. So that's pretty much how, in this series, how you test and put together your costume. So I hope you found this as fun and enjoyable as I did. I hope that you learned a lot, and please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in the next one.